Welcome back to another episode of Just What We Needed, another podcast. If you're noticing, I'm not on video this time because I'm going to be away from home for a little bit and I don't feel like trying to set up my phone camera for this. So, let's just go back to basics. And that's a Tekken joke for those that play Tekken or follow me on my fighting game account. But anyways, if you know, you know. But, this whole episode is just gonna be me rambling about how I finally saw Bill Burr tonight, and it was bittersweet, and I'll get into that, right? It was very bittersweet. Nothing like wrong or happening with Bill. It's not like he'll never go on tour again and blah, blah, blah. It was just bittersweet for a couple reasons, but let's do beginning, middle, end. For starters, which kind of goes into the middle, so I'm a terrible storyteller already. For starters, who is Bill Burr? Bill Burr is a comedian, and he is my favorite comedian. Not one of my favorite comedians, but he is my favorite comedian. And I guess let's get to the meat and potatoes, because I don't know how to explain this without directly connecting the two. Bill Burr is my favorite comedian because he is, to me, so relatable, right? Especially his early career, his early work, his early shows and bits. They were so relatable because he was just like such an angry guy who would get mad over like the tiniest shit, the most little shit. He would just throw a fucking tantrum about, and that was when he was younger. Nowadays, he does more comedy based on how he's trying to become a better person and not be that angry person. But being like in his 20s, he was just upset at everything that came across his doorstep. And that's how I feel now, and that's what makes him so relatable, one of my favorites. Like, a prime example is he has a bit where, I can't remember like the exact show, but he has a bit, you can find it on YouTube if you just type in like keywords. He has a bit where he's talking about how he goes to get some food, and what is it? He's talking to the person at the register, and he's asking for a burger with everything on it, essentially. And he's just like, he asked for everything, including mayonnaise. And the person reads back the order, and he's like, blah, 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 everything on it. And then Bill is like, oh yeah, and add mayonnaise. And the guy's like, oh, the mayonnaise is over there. And Bill's response is like, well, I asked for mayonnaise, put the mayonnaise on the burger. Like, why am I doing like half of the work when like this is your job to do? This is the cook's job to do. Just add the fucking mayonnaise. It's not that hard. And that joke was made years ago, because Bill, like, he's an older guy now. He doesn't even have hair anymore. This is when he had hair. I don't even remember how old I was when he first made that joke. And to this day, I still feel that because it literally happened before the show. I went in, it was in Durham, so I went to this restaurant. I've been to Durham I don't even know if it's considered downtown, but I've been to Durham a couple of times. And so when I went out last time, I saw this burger place that wasn't open, and I was just like, I want to try that. But tonight, they weren't open that time, but it just so happened to be at the same stage that was around the corner from this burger spot. So I was just like, okay, I guess I'm gonna go try that burger spot. It's open. I see people out there. It feels nice outside. Let me go in and get this burger. And they do like smash burgers, where I still don't really understand the fucking difference between that and any other burger you would get from like Steak and Shake. I actually don't. It was actually worse than a regular burger. I don't know if it's just them or if that's just how smash burgers are. Just like, cause they would call them what, like steak burgers at Steak and Shake, or I don't know if that's just their thing. Like a Frappuccino at Starbucks, whatever. But what is it? I went in there, so I was ordering it, and they had the menu. It was just like a deluxe and they just had everything on it, and they said, blah, blah, blah. They have, no, I'm gonna get to that. They said they had, pickles and ketchup and cheese and blah, blah, blah with sauce. Why do you need to specify that it comes with whatever, what the fuck ever? It was a deluxe, it was something below that, and then there was just a standard, which was just cheese, the double meat, whatever, and that was it was very much it. So I don't like onions, right? I don't really like onions like that. I don't like tomatoes, but I was just like, all right, let me get the standard, and I'm gonna get it with cheese, ketchup, lettuce, and mayonnaise, because that's just my typical shit when I get a burger. They're just like, oh, we can't do lettuce because the way that it's made is that it'll just get all soggy when we make the burgers, and because of the type of meat. It's a fucking burger. Just put it on last. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? You guys don't have, did you just run out of lettuce and this is the bullshit you're telling me? Just put lettuce on the fucking burger. It's not hard. What do you mean it's gonna get soggy? It's already fucking soggy with all the juice from the burger. Have you felt the bottom of your own bun? It's already fucking soggy. That's such a bullshit excuse that because of the meat. What the fuck do you mean? And then I was like, and you know what? In the heat of the moment, I was just like, all right, whatever. Like, this is my first time here. Cause I'm not the person that's gonna get like stupid fed up over every little fucking issue that goes on in a restaurant. I can't, whatever. If you guys don't have it, you guys don't have it. I'll make do. Nigga, it's food. If I wanted to cook shit, I'd make shit at home. If I want it perfect the way I wanted it, I would have made it at home. Fine, whatever. You guys don't want to fuck around with lettuce. You guys don't feel like grabbing lettuce today. Don't feel like throwing lettuce on. Fine, whatever. It's not the end of the world. Let me just get my burger, cheese, ketchup, and mayonnaise. Fine, whatever. So they call my name, specifically they call my middle name, because I go by Drake when I go out anywhere, like where they need a name. It's just like, can I get a name? Drake, because I hate when people try to pronounce Kiari. Kier. At my job, I work like the phones, and a lot of my clients have just been like, hey, Jerry. I'd be like, hey, this is Kiari with XYZ. And they'd be like, hey, Jerry. Jerry? What the fuck? What do you... All right, man. Like, but so I just go by Drake. It's easier. Everyone knows Drake, and it is my actual like middle name. So I just go by Drake when I'm out. Like for eating, I don't introduce myself to people as Drake. I don't meet women at lounges. I'm like, who? What's your name? I'm like, yeah, Drake. Like, no, like it's not even a good time to be named Drake. I feel like he's still dealing with the fallout from that Kendrick beef. But anyways, so I give them my name, and I'm sitting outside because it feels nice. So I'm sitting outside. Girl comes out, Drake, here's your food, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, thank you. Oh, you're so pretty. She's like, oh my God, thank you. My friend told me that I always find a way to do that whenever we go out with each other. Like, I always find the servers to be like, hey, you are so fine. Like, apparently that's the thing that I do, and I never realized that I did it until now. But I mean, it's worse things I could do every time that we're out together, it's worse things, so I don't really care too much. I just thought it was funny. But she brought me the food, and like something just fell off, so I lifted up the bun, and it was just cheese. It was just that dry ass burger. So much for it being soggy. Fucking lying ass bitch. It was just the burger with cheese, no ketchup, no mayonnaise. So I had to go back in and put the fucking ketchup and mayonnaise on my burger. No Germex with me, so I'm pulling the door open my goddamn self, just smashing the condiments down on it, and then having to walk back outside to eat the fucking burger in the cold, where it's already getting, like, now the actual patty itself is getting fully cold from the wind. So now, like, it was not a good experience. And part of that being that why the fuck am I having to do this? Literally just like 2 or 3 days ago, I went to Panera Bread to work on my project. I'm trying to write a script for an animated show, and I was working there. And I knew, like, I'd already eaten. I knew that I just wanted some coffee. So I ordered a coffee through their kiosk. I looked at their kiosk. I knew people were looking at me crazy because I was standing at their kiosk for like 10 minutes. I was just like, why is everything here so fucking expensive? Oh my God. Like, and they don't even have real, like, combos that make sense here. But I digress. I'm looking at the kiosk. I just settled on a coffee. And so what fucking blew me was the fact I was at the kiosk, and then I got the coffee, and so, like, you know, it was being prepared, right? It was being prepared, quote unquote, being prepared. They have a whole digital sign that says whose order is up, whatever. Drake, your coffee is up next. Okay, I'm standing behind this lady, and it moves from in progress to completed, right? And they're like, Drake. I said, okay. I'm up. That's mine. I pick up the cup, and it's just a cup. I'm looking into the cup, and the woman's just like, "Can I? What's wrong? Is something wrong?" I say, "Yeah, I ordered a coffee. It was like a hazelnut something coffee." I was like, "Yeah, I ordered a coffee with 2 pumps of like vanilla syrup." And she points down where I first fucking came in, and it's like, oh yeah, the coffee machine's down there. So again, I also ordered the like vanilla syrup, and again, I'm not that person. I really do like to just take my shit and leave. I can deal with like a small inconvenience, but like the fact that I had paid for the sugar as well, like that extra 2 pumps of syrup, and there was literally nothing in the cup. Like, they gave me a cup. They had it in the queue as if it was something that they actually took time to prepare. Gave me the cup and was just like, here's your cup. Coffee's down there. So I went down there. I saw the coffee. Didn't see any fucking pumps of syrup. So I came back, because the syrup is extra. I'm just like, hey, can I get some fucking pumps of syrup in here? Now, I ain't yell at them and be like, can I get some fucking pumps? Like, no, I was just like, I paid for pumps of vanilla syrup. Like, can I get that? I'm like, oh yeah, sure. So she put the pumps in there, the coffee, and it immediately just reminded me of Bill. Like, he gets mad over little shit, but it's shit that it's so relatable. Because why am I having to do half the fucking work of stuff that I didn't have to do before? I used to be able to go into McDonald's, and they used to just give you the ketchup. Like, if you ordered food and you got your like a burger with fries combo, and you sat down, told them, hey, this is dine in, they would just give you ketchup in the little tiny white plastic cups. They would set it on the side of your tray. They wouldn't even ask you. Nowadays, it's like they'll ask you, do you need any ketchup? Like, yes. All right, well, the ketchup's over there. Like, they're trying to diminish how much service they can give you before you really start to complain. And it's shit like that it felt good knowing that there is someone else out there with a larger voice. It's like, no, guys, this is really fucking ridiculous. And I'm sorry if you hear me like moving around so much. I'm still in my car. I don't feel like leaving. I mean, I've gotten to that age where sometimes, like, after a day, I just sit in the car, bro. I may not go into the house for like 30 minutes. I might just sit in the car. But that is who Bill Burr is to me. And one of my issues of like why I even wanted to do the podcast today and just ramble is because that's who Bill Burr is to me. If I try to get one of my friends to go see Bill Burr with me, they'd be like, who the fuck is that? And that's the bittersweet part about tonight. I feel like, oh man, I should have got some water when I left. Like, his last stand-up set that I watched online. It wasn't one of my favorites because I think it was he said it was called the Drop Dead Years. And then the one before that was maybe Live at Red Rocks. Those were him settling into the fact that like he is a dad now and he's getting old. And I just didn't really relate to those. But you know, that didn't stop him from being my favorite comedian. Just like I don't think those were as funny as his other works that I personally relate to. I just think that makes fucking sense. But that's just that. I feel like, and those were like, when people ask me who is Bill Burr, or like, you know, I'll check them out. Those are not sets that I would recommend to my 26, 27-year-old friends. But I'm old as fuck at heart anyway. So like, I still appreciate the work. He, like this set tonight that he did, I feel was like a perfect example of like, if I want someone to get to know me and my hobbies and what I like, this was the show that I feel someone would be like, oh, I see why you like him. I definitely see why. Like, if any of my friends are listening to this, or anyone who would want to get to know me and listening to this, you would sit there with me and be like, no, I get it. If you like me, if you like my humor, because I'm an asshole. I've been told I'm an asshole all the time, and just super sarcastic and just making mountains out of molehills in a funny way. Like, I still don't even like people who make mountains out of molehills out of just every fucking thing. Like, just relax. Like, I do that in a way that will make you laugh, and it's like not hurting anyone. It's completely just a me thing, but I'm not like taking it out on someone, right? I feel like this set tonight was the set to make people be like, yeah, I can definitely see that. I say that to say, like, I went by myself because, again, going back to what I'm trying to say, but I keep like dancing around. When I try to explain Bill Burr to my friends, the immediate first thing is like, who the fuck is that? And it bothers me because it's never like just who is that? It's just, who the fuck is that? Bill Burr. You never heard of Bill Burr? No, I ain't heard no damn Bill Burr, nigga. And it's always the same. Like, I was getting retwist today, and I was telling my loctician, like, niggas have problems with like big names. Especially like young black people in general have a problem with just like being addicted to big names. Like, I remember growing up, it was always Nike. Never FUBU. Even if FUBU had like better looking stuff sometimes. I'm not saying that they did, but just as an example, if FUBU did have better looking stuff, black people would still just be like, no, Nike, 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 all day, I don't care. Gucci, all that shit. Like, you could have a brand that makes better products, but if they're just not known to black people, then black people aren't going to give it a chance. And I think that's like fucked up. It's the same way like people in general feel about the whole iPhone Android thing. It's like Androids have had all of the abilities, capabilities, the features that iPhones are just getting within like the last 3 years. They've had that 4 years. But because people, it's just iPhone, Apple, oh my God, it's Apple. People don't even give it a chance. I don't know if I've ever said this on a podcast, but did y'all know that women actually do care about the type of phone you have? I matched with a woman like last year. I think it was like early last year, maybe 2 years ago. I matched with a woman like on Hinge, and we were really hitting it off. We were like messaging on Hinge, and then, you know, got her number like the same day, and we were on the phone just haha kikiing, and then she texted me later, and the last thing I heard from her was, oh, you have an Android? Like, women really do that. Like, I thought that was just for shits and giggles. I thought women were just like, oh, Team iPhone, I can't FaceTime you. I thought that was just like, I thought that was women like being self-aware of a joke that they can be really what's the word? Just not bougie, but what's the word for when you just kind of prioritize stupid shit that doesn't matter in the slightest? But I thought that was just like a self-aware joke that they did. I have actually factually in real life lost a woman, because I wouldn't even say lost, because it was only like a couple days that we were talking, if that. Cause like I didn't know her, and I feel like that was the biggest bullet dodge. Like, if you really just say fuck this because of the type of phone, my nigga, like what? Anyways, yeah, that's a real thing, and that's kind of what I mean. Like, black people, when it comes to certain brands and people, act that way. Like, they are the team iPhone and not even caring about the actual content. So it's hard for me to get my friends involved. And going back to it, they be like, who the fuck is Bill Burr? The only thing I can tell them, for real sometimes, is like, no, dude, he was on Chappelle's show. Do you not remember that? Because every black person my age's favorite comedian is Dave Chappelle. And I don't like Dave Chappelle anymore. Of course, I love Chappelle's show. That shit's hilarious. But when he got back in a stand-up, of course, he was hilarious. He was funny. But, bro, the amount... Shit, my bad. Oh, my God. That snuck up on me. The amount of trans jokes he would do are just... It's tiresome. And I'm not even speaking from a standpoint of trans rights and don't talk about... I don't give a fuck. I was just about to say, talk about them all you want, but that's the problem. When you do like 2 shows back to back, and like kind of the highlight of your show is when you start making trans jokes, I get it. It's something, and when I say this, hear me out, right? Something new for you, right? Because even like just flashback, maybe like, it doesn't even have to be 10, maybe like 7 or 8 years ago, like the whole trans rights and everything going on with trans people, like being in the media and being the forefront of all this and all that, and you think of LGBT and you think lesbian, gay, and then like trans is right there, it's the T, but like it wasn't such the focus as it is now today, Like, I feel like it slowly just moved to the T. The focus. Like, beforehand, it was always like lesbians at the start. Like, oh, they're a sin to God and all this disgusting. Look at them making out over there. Everyone loves lesbian porn, though, because it's great. But, like, in real life, you had all the Christians and all the old heads being like, lesbians, disgusting, not in my country. But, like, behind closed doors, they be like, yeah, right? But, like, I get it. So, being that trans has been kind of the main focus of hatred in the past couple years, I get it. Like, that's the one that's going to catch the most flack. That's the one that you kind of put the most focus on. That's the one that's going to get the views, the talking points and all that. I get it. For like the first 2 shows, right? And then by the 3rd show, you're just like, all right. I see, the people in the trans community aren't feeling my jokes and all this and all that. Like, first off, the whole, like, Dave Chappelle being a great storyteller, that shit got old. I'm so sorry to say this, but, like, that shit got so old. It got old to me. I watch comedy shows to fucking laugh, bro. I am not listening to Dave Chappelle tell a 15-minute story to get to the punchline at minute 16 and then go back to telling another long ass story. It's not for me. It's not for me anymore. It was cool. It was different at first, but just because things are different doesn't automatically mean they have to be like loved. It can be different and just grow old fast as fuck. And that's what it did with me for Dave Chappelle. So like, I'm already tired of the long ass storytellings to get to one punchline, right? Going back to what I was saying, like, he'll do 2 shows about trans, and then by the 3rd show, he was just like, all right. I swear, I'm done. I see people are dying and sending me threats and all and this and all of that, and I'm done. This is the last of it. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. And in the 4th and 5th shows, like, you're still going. I don't even care about the content. I care about the longevity of it. That's my thing. I just don't care for Dave Chappelle's, like, style of comedy anymore. I just don't. I'll go back and watch Chappelle's show, but I just don't give a fuck. Like I was telling my loctician, I've never been one to, like, be afraid to be different and say, I don't like this or I don't like that. Where everyone loves that, I don't. And I have a reason for not liking it. If you like it, cool, but, like, that ain't me. But the people who do love it are just like, whoa, that's crazy. You're insane for that. Like, you're weird for that. Like, I don't give a fuck. If you want to be compliant and like this and like that, then cool. But like, that shit has nothing to do with me. Where even was I? But yeah, trying to get people to get into Bill Burr. Like, he was on Chappelle's show. He was like the one main white dude he would bring in all the time. He was in the racial draft. He was on what is it? The World Series of Dice. Something else. I forgot, but he was hilarious on that. He's hilarious on SNL. I have to tell people, like, y'all, like, immediately, as soon as I be like, he's white, they be like, ugh. He's married to a black woman. He advocates for, like, black people all the time in most of his sets. He even still did it tonight. Like, he's very much pro-black. It's, like, people see him and just be like, nah, I'm good, bro. Like, you have fun with that. But, like, he's such a funny fucking guy. And my friends think I'm funny, so it's just like, you would think that he's funny too. Like, if you would just give it a fucking chance, you would enjoy it. I'm telling you, you would enjoy it. Because I laughed my fucking ass off tonight. I can't even say I did that with his last 2 specials. Because I just didn't relate to them. I didn't. That doesn't mean he's not funny. And that's another thing, right? So, this is my first time seeing him live. I've had this on my bucket list for years. And it's the first time that I finally, like, scored tickets to his show in Durham. And so, give me 1 second. I feel a cough coming on because my throat is so dry. Oh God. I wanted to see, you know, who all was going, because clearly I can't invite my friends to shit that I like. So I want to see who all was going, see what the talks were on Twitter. How about see the excitement from others? And oh my God, there was no excitement. It was mainly hatred. I was talking to my friend about it earlier. There was so much hatred because, like I said at the start, when he was younger, he was so angry. He was just like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck. Women are confusing and women are this, don't get married and blah, blah, blah. And nowadays it's the complete, I won't say the complete opposite, but it's like, again, he's married. He's just like, I'm trying to calm down. I'm trying to become a better person and this and that. The amount of comments on Twitter, of course, Twitter's a cesspool anyways, but the amount of comments that were just like, fuck Bill Burr. Like, fuck Bill. Bill's not funny. He stopped being funny a long ass time ago. Some people are specific. He stopped being funny once he married Nia. Once he got married, he stopped being funny. That's not the Bill. Y'all are so fucking miserable. That man found happiness in his wife that he didn't think that he would find. Here's that cough sinking up. Shit. He did not think that he would find that happiness. He didn't even believe in that happiness himself. And he found it and he has it. He has 2 kids now and is still putting on like funny shows and making a good living. providing for them with his comedy still. And y'all are just like, fuck, like, y'all want him to be just still miserable and still have like a young man's mindset. Just, and that wasn't even like, that's the mindset of a young man. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna get married. You know how many dudes I see today online and offline that are still like, I don't know if I'm gonna get married. Oh, that shit seems like a scam. But like secretly want to, because who wouldn't want to be married? Only the people who have truly, really given up don't want to be married because that time has fucking passed, or they just really, really don't believe in themselves. I promise you, if love comes your way, you're gonna be like, oh, I like this. I like this. I want to be with this person forever. Unless you're like a major celebrity and you find like stupid ass loopholes to be like, no, 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 I never really wanted to be married. I wanted to deal with 8 women at a fucking time because that just seems like the thing to do. Bullshit. Shut up. It's people who just wanted to just be negative. Like they want to keep him in that space of not being happy. Like he seems so much happier with the life he has now compared to what he thought life was going to be like when he was younger. And you can just tell in his voice, you can tell in his dialect that he's much happier and better off. And people are just like, no, 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 Bill, go back to being a dick. Like he's still a dickhead. He's just in a better place. Like, Bill, why'd you get married? Tell me that I'm not going to find love. Tell me I'm going to be just like you and I'm not going to be married and we can sit together and talk about how we want to kill ourselves. Like, that's how people are, and it's so fucking sad, man. It's crazy. Bill will still be my favorite comedian. Like, he's just so relatable. And there was something else I thought I wanted to talk about, but I've been rambling for so long. But overall, the show was great. I got a promotion at my job, by the way, y'all. Like, shit's been hitting the fan recently, but things are looking up. So I'm looking forward to what the future holds. But the show was great. It was. Next time he's in North Carolina, I'll definitely see if any of my friends would come out with me. And that's again what I meant by like it was bittersweet. I love the show. It was bittersweet because I did go by myself. I'm very prone to just going by myself to stuff because, for one, I don't like getting hotels with people. I don't. It's always feels like it's gonna be a hassle. I like my space. It just always feels like it's going to impede on what I want to do and how I want to do them, because I like to go to bed. I do. I like to go to bed when I'm sleepy. And I don't want anyone being like, no, Key, we gotta get up, bro. We gotta see the town. Bro, I saw some food joints that I never tried. I tried some barbecue out here. Y'all barbecue not really touching North Carolina, so that's cool. We went to the event. We went to go see the person we're here for. It's a 3-day event. We can come back later. Let me take my fucking nap. And, we can continue the night later. But, like, I don't like that with people. I will absolutely, like, 100% pay the $800 for 3 nights by myself than pay $400 for, like, the same amount of nights with someone else. It's just not in me. It's not. Like, sharing that space, it's not in me. I like to have, like, full control and not have any type of judgment, and, like, I can go with the itinerary, but, like, on my own time. And I know that sounds weird. It sounds like I'm late to shit and I don't show up, but it's like I do. But it's like the in-between stuff people want to do. It's like, bro, let me take a fucking nap. But I would absolutely go with someone again, just so they can, just get a little peek into my world and just Try to open up. Oh, that's what it was. So going back to what I was saying of like people being like, what the fuck is this? Also, something I was talking with my loctician about today is how I used to do a litmus test on my friends, right? So here's how the conversation started, and it also goes into what I was saying about Bill. So my favorite rapper is DMX. Always has been, always will be. Rest in peace. Always been DMX. My friends when I was younger, like they were like, DMX, what the fuck? You old as shit, bro. DMX. Because this was that time where people's favorite artists would be like Lil Wayne or Chance the Rapper or something. I don't think anyone's favorite rapper is really Chance the Rapper. I'm gonna be so for real. Be like Lil Wayne or or Drake. All like the younger artists back in like 2012, 13, 14, whatever. Whoever was popping at that time, those would be the favorite artists. And like 2012, mine was DMX. And if you ask me who one of my favorite artists are today, like all my friends got used to the answer of DMX. If you ask me who my favorite rap artist is today, I'm gonna tell you like who's active right now, still alive and still putting out music. I'm gonna tell you Don Tripp. Niggas gonna be like, who the fuck is that? Dial it back. Have an open fucking mind. Just be like, hey, who's that? And I can tell you. Like, the judgment starts off like, if niggas don't know something, they will judge you immediately. If they're not aware of something, they will judge you immediately for knowing it. And that's a problem with black people, bro. Like, it's kind of annoying as hell. To be honest with you, it's very much annoying as hell. But I digress. I'll be like, Don Tripp is my favorite artist. He's super consistent, more than consistent. He put out an album every month for 2 years straight at one point, and all of them slap. The woman I used to talk to asked me at one point, doesn't him putting out music every month ever like degrade the quality? Like he had less to talk about? I'm just like, no, it doesn't. He puts out such good quality music that has topics, and he'll talk about like his struggles with the death of his brother, growing up as a kid. And it's not like straight cocaine rap, but it's just like, yo, I had to do this to survive. Like, he doesn't glorify like selling drugs that he used to, and which is what I appreciate about him. Like most rappers do. They set a terrible example, which is why I was telling her earlier. I was just like, yo, like, I like Dirk's music, like, for the energy, but I'm glad that nigga is behind bars. That's where he needs to be. I don't give a fuck about him being, no, he needs to be in jail. And whoever else, I don't know if Young Thug's still in jail or if he got out. I don't pay attention to rappers. I don't. I just know sometimes I hear that they go into, they get locked up, whatever. And some of them deserve that shit. Like Dirk absolutely deserves that shit. I miss Von's music, but he was a menace to society. Even killers were just like, whoa, yeah, no, Von, he would not want to mess with. So yeah, rest in peace, maybe, Von, but like, what? I'm not gonna be super sad that he's not out and about still killing people. What the fuck? I don't care. But what I'm saying, yeah, Don Tripp, he doesn't glorify it. He just mentions it as a part of his life and his story. And then like his bars are just crazy. Like I love Don Tripp, and he's over in Texas. Like, yeah, and most people in North Carolina probably wouldn't, but I know of Don Tripp because, again, me liking older artists and shit, DMX and all them, like, one of my other favorite artists is Young Buck. And niggas look at me like, Young Buck? Young G-Unit? Like, yes, bruh. G-Unit was that shit, like, back in the day. What are you talking about? They were a household name, dude. What are you talking about? You literally know G-Unit. You know who I'm talking about. So it's not even like we all know G-Unit. Shit ain't work out. Young Buck was like the heart and soul of that group for real, until things just, went sour with him and 50, and they still beefing to this day. But G-Unit, they had bangers. Ride With You with Joe. Also, I Want to Get to Know You with Joe. Or was that more of a Lloyd Banks song? I don't know. They had bangers, bro. And you're saying, like, you're acting like you too cool for G-Unit for Young Buck because get Buck, bitch. Watch me do the damn get Buck, bitch. What? Shorty wanna ride with me, we can get it, okay? Hop into the Chevy 4, dope, blow, dro, wanna ride with me? What? Like, that wasn't a fucking banger? But you wanna pretend that you don't know shit. Like, you're, like that wasn't cool. Because of what? Because of his age? Like, black people just have the worst, like, I don't know how to explain it. We are just so bad with, like, big names. We only go for, like, what's still popping, right? Until it becomes, like, a throwback. And I don't know if Young Buck is at that age where his stuff is, like his old stuff is clearly, like, throwback stuff, right? But let me get back to what I was saying of the litmus test. With all that I've just said about Young Buck and how people get in my car and be like, Young Buck, what? Young Buck? Man, shut the fuck up. So, there's a song off of an album. And I think, more of a mixtape when he was still with G-Unit or coming back to G-Unit. I don't know. The song was called Life. And I have to sneeze. I lied. It was the reverse. He put out an album, and one of the songs was just, like, so fucking hard. Like, that beat, like, I still think that Young Buck and Bandplay are, like, an undefeated duo. I don't care what no one says. Bandplay makes some hard-ass beats. Young Buck can really just flow on a beat, like, most times. I think that they made some amazing fucking hits together that just went underappreciated because, like, young, like, black people just don't give a fuck. They only care about what's popping now, and, like, they don't care about, like, the potential that people still have. They want to know who's popping right the fuck now, so they can, like, seem cool to their friends. It's weird, but the litmus test was I would let my friends in my car, and this is before I had the radio I have now, where it shows, like, the name and of the artist and song. I would play the song, and, like, while we were driving somewhere, and I just wouldn't say anything. I would play, like, some other, like, bullshit first. I would play whatever the fuck people like, what is, like, some Moneybagg Yo and some other shit. Who cares? I would play that first, and then I would add this song to the queue. I would add Life to the queue. And as we were driving, my friends, every time, again, if any of y'all listening to this, I would do this to y'all, and this is proven, because y'all were in my car, and I would look at y'all, and y'all would say this to me. I would play the song, not say this was Young Buck, but they would still be like, hey, yo, this shit hard. I've done this multiple times. They'd be like, hey, yo, this shit hard. Yo, who this? Who the fuck is this? And I would look at them. I'll be like, Young Buck. And it's like, it's like you can't take the genie back out the bottle, or however that saying goes. Like, you can't fake the funk. They would try to immediately. They'd just be like, where? Oh, or in a more positive aspect, they would be like, oh, okay, all right, shit, okay. But that was it. That was as far as it goes. Like, the hype was still there. It would just die down. On the high end, it would go from like, okay, oh, this shit hard. This shit slap. Who is this? Like, it would go from a 10 to it's Young Buck. It'd be like, it go to a 7. Be like, all right, nah, this cool. And if, like, I don't know, like, that was it. But I would play that song, and I never got any complaints about it. which is how I knew, and which is why I've been this way for so long, to where I just be testing people, bro. Like, I just want to see where your head's at. I want to see if you're like an actual free thinker. I want to see if you actually if you're actually open to like things out of the norm. If you actually, I'm actually like thinking right now, I play a lot of fighting games. It's just a funny memory of me trying to put my homie on to Guilty Gear. You know, I play a lot of Tekken, I play a lot of Street Fighter, I play a lot of Mortal Kombat. Everybody loves Mortal Kombat. Can't fucking stand Mortal Kombat. I only played that shit because people on campus only play Mortal Kombat. Like, I don't know. People just don't know how to do like simple shit like a quarter circle forward. It's weird. Like, people like Mortal Kombat because it's so simplistic. Like, you can just press back, forward, and triangle, and something will happen. Which is why I have a theory that, like, it's why people also like Tekken. Because Tekken is built in simple inputs. Like, you don't have to think too hard for something cool to happen in Tekken. And that's, like, it's proof we're just Eddie Gordo, right? Everyone knows Eddie Gordo from Tekken. Like, oh, that's the dude who just be breakdancing on you and mashing and shit. Like, he's a little more streamlined now in, like 8. I don't know about 7. I didn't play 7 too long, but, you know, back in the day, 3 and I think he was in 5, but 3 for sure, like, you could just mash away and some shit would happen. But, going back to what I was saying, people just, when I was on campus, no. So when I play fighting games, you know, the typical is round 1, start, round 1, fight, round 1, begin. Guilty Gear is heaven or hell, duel 1, let's rock. They have some crazy shit. Like, Arc System Works, people who make the game always have some crazy shit going. I remember when I tried playing Guilty Gear one time with my friend, the game started, it said heaven or hell. That nigga looked at me and said, what the fuck do you have me play? He said, what the fuck do you have me playing, bro? I said, relax. And it's just so ironic because that was years ago. And, you know, we're on the newest Guilty Gear and I'm fucking with it way heavier than Tekken just because I'm going to get into a rant that is more so for like my gaming channel. So I'm not going to bore y'all here, but like, it's a lot more. I can actually have fun playing Guilty Gear rather than Tekken right now. I don't have fun playing Tekken at this moment. I play Tekken for like 20 minutes every 2 weeks. Guilty Gear, I've been playing that nonstop back to back. But I just had to get all of that off my chest about how people, mainly black people, just don't give anything chances just because of like name and brand recognition. It's fucking crazy. It really is. But yeah, I finally got to see my favorite comedian, Bill Burr, in person tonight, and it was great. And I called the first show, so we caught all of the jokes he was like trying out. He said it during the show. It's just like, I just gotta check the vibe in here. I got a show later. I don't want to say anything that's gonna have people just trying to hunt me down after the show. So we got all of the good jokes in the beginning, and I fucking loved it. I enjoyed my time so much. It's crazy because it was on a Wednesday and I work tomorrow, but things worked out to where I was already off anyways. I didn't have to request anything, but it was such a great show. I do wish I could have sat and watched it with someone who would have like equally appreciated it. Honestly, I would have asked like my parents or my grandpa, but like I said, his last 2 sets that he had, they weren't really I wasn't really feeling it, and then they weren't really feeling it. They were just like, I don't know, but like those were not good sets to like give to someone. That was me trying to put someone onto a show, but I was just like, yeah, start at season 8. Instead of what made the show like great in the first place from the first episode. Like, if you're just not hooked on the first one, then I don't know. Even a season 2 start, I don't know. And yes, I'm that person to be like, I might jump into season 2. It's not often that happens, but I am that person. Like, I'll jump into the sequel of a movie sometimes before the original. I'm not gonna lie, I do. I just be bored. Because the first movie is always so boring, especially for superhero movies. We gotta sit through the origin story that we all fucking know. And nothing happens for like the first 40 minutes of the movie. And we're just sitting like, oh my god, where is the shit from the trailer? I think that's not how I felt with the first Ghost Rider. But, what's a movie that I felt that way about? I can't think of it right now. I can tell you the opposite. The Michael Bay TMNT movies that jump straight into the action. That's the stuff that I prefer. I want to get into the action. Give me the backstory later. I don't, especially if we all fucking know it. Who does not know the turtles falling into the sewers with some ooze and turning into like, what's the word? Like when you have more like person traits, physical person traits. Gotta stop drinking. I feel like it's really affecting my memory, you know? Anthropomorphic? Is that it? No, because I feel like that's when a person's more animal-like, right? I don't know. But the show is great. Wish someone else was there with me. Got a promotion. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Just What We Needed, another podcast. I will try to get back to doing these on video, but, you know, it is kind of nice doing it from just my phone. It's a lot less editing, clearly. But, yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope to catch Bill Burr in person again whenever he comes back to North Carolina.